It was just past 2:45 a.m. when the sky over Austin turned orange, not because of the sunrise, but because something was burning. Badly. A Tesla dealership, usually a sterile, glassy monument to modern tech, was now spitting black smoke into the air like a steel chimney. Fireballs punched through shattered windows. Cars meant to save the planet melted down into glowing skeletons. Molotovs had been tossed like party favors, and the parking lot looked like a war zone. There were no parades, no flags, just flames. And silence. No breaking news banners, no presidential tweets, not even a half-hearted mention on The View. But someone was watching. Not from a news desk or control room, but from her own office, late at night, eyes sharp and unblinking. Pam Bondi, former Attorney General, now unofficially the last adult in the room. She wasn't the type to jump at headlines. But this? This wasn't just arson. This was precision, coordination, something that smelled a hell of a lot like intent. By the time the FBI report hit her desk, the picture was already forming. This wasn't random, this was surgical, and it came with a name. Progress Justice Now, an activist group with a name so polished it could pass for a podcast. But scratch the surface and what you found wasn't peaceful protest. It was radical messaging, viral rage, and now, maybe, terrorism. She flipped a page. 3 suspects in custody, 1 tweet, time-stamped just hours before the explosion. Happy birthday, boss. Number 29-3, time to take him down. Pam muttered, birthday wishes and gasoline, classy. Then came the name tied to the funding trail, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Young, loud, loved by the algorithm. A rising star in progressive circles who'd built her brand on sound bites and defiance. But this was different. A PAC tied to her office had recently donated to Progress Justice Now. On paper, legal, in context, explosive. Pam picked up her encrypted line. Director, she said flatly, I want every communication, phone, email, pigeon if they've got one, between Crockett's people and that group. No red tape, no leaks. She's about to feel the heat. On the other end, understood, General. Moving now. Pam hung up, leaned back, and whispered to no one in particular. They wanted fireworks on her birthday? Let's give her the full show. By sunrise, the flames were out, but the fallout had just begun. While the charred remains of Teslas still smoked in the Austin lot, the internet was just waking up. And when it did, it roared. Not because of the fire, but because of what came next. A 5-second video, grainy and dim, but crystal clear in its message. There she was, Jasmine Crockett, wine glass in hand, speaking to a handful of supporters at what looked like a private dinner. Someone had recorded her, quietly, just enough to catch the line. March 29th is my birthday, and all I want to see that day is Elon taken down. She smiled, raised her glass. Yes. The laughter that followed wasn't natural. It was the strained, over-loud kind, the type that tries to convince everyone it's a joke, even when it's not. By noon, the clip was everywhere. Cut, slowed down, layered over security footage of burning Teslas. One edit even timed her yes perfectly to a car erupting in flames. Fox News cleared its schedule. Twitter melted down. MSNBC, radio silence. NPR, a segment on the healing power of forest art. CNN, still buffering, but behind the curtain, Democrats weren't calm. In a closed-door hallway, one veteran congressman muttered, if she just blew our entire messaging over a birthday toast, I'm going independent. And yet, Crockett didn't flinch. No apology, no clarification, just a boomerang posted the next morning, champagne in hand, sunglasses on. Caption, still standing, still smiling, stay mad. Pam Bondi watched it with the sound off. She didn't need to hear it. The grin was loud enough. She looked to her aide and said, save that, Exhibit A. While the left tried to meme their way through it, Pam was building something quieter and far more dangerous. A case. That same morning, her office delivered a sealed request to the House Judiciary Committee. It wasn't flashy, no hashtags, no press release, just one wide line. Motion to convene public hearings on inflammatory statements by sitting members of Congress linked to politically motivated violence. By the time Crockett posted her next tweet, defiant as ever, the memo had already landed on Speaker Mike Johnson's desk. It came back stamped, approved, authorized. The hearing was on, and the lineup? Straight out of a political thriller. Jasmine Crockett, Elon Musk, FBI Director, William Hale, Attorney General, Pam Bondi. The country didn't need cable news to know what was coming. It could feel it. Not just a hearing, a reckoning. At exactly 10 a.m., the chamber doors swung open. Journalists surged forward like it was Black Friday. Producers barked into earpieces, staffers clutched folders like riot shields, and every seat in the hearing room was filled except the hot seats at the front. Then, one by one, they entered. Pam Bondi, calm, sharp, a scalpel in heels. Elon Musk, expression blank, suit crisp, eyes scanning everything. Jasmine Crockett, smiling like it was a red carpet, not a subpoena. The chair called the room to order. Bondi was first. She stood slowly, placed her folder on the table, and locked eyes with the committee. "This isn't about politics," she said. "It's about responsibility." Then she flipped open the file. First, the clip. The toast. The now infamous line, "All I want is for Elon to be taken down." The room didn't gasp. It already knew what was coming. Then came the evidence, a direct money trail. A PAC linked to Crockett's office donating to Progress Justice Now, the group tied to the Tesla arson. "Coincidence?" Bondi asked, looking directly at Crockett. Crockett smirked, crossed her arms. "I fund community programs, not gasoline." But Bondi wasn't playing. She leaned in, voice steady. "If you lift a match and someone lights a fire, don't act surprised when your fingerprints show up at the scene." Then the final blow. A witness. She entered quietly, no fanfare. Erica Lang, former digital coordinator for Crockett's campaign. Voice shaking, she read from her phone. "We need action for the 29th. Something bold, something symbolic. Make sure the hashtag lands. Don't let me down." The room shifted. That message had been sent the night before the fire, from Crockett's campaign device. Crockett sat frozen, lips tight, rage bubbling. "This is out of context," she hissed. "I'm being crucified for tone." Bondi stood, didn't raise her voice. "We're not here to crucify, we're here to confirm. And the confirmation is simple. You lit a match and dared people to follow. They did." The room was dead quiet, until Crockett exploded, fists on the table, voice rising. "This is a hit job. A political circus. You all hate women like me, loud, unfiltered, unafraid." "No," Bondi said calmly, closing her binder. "We hate arson, and we follow evidence." Then came the final sentence, the one that would echo on every network for days. "I hereby recommend that Congress begin formal censure and impeachment proceedings against Representative Jasmine Crockett." The room broke. Democrats stood up, walked out. Republicans leaned back, smug but silent. CNN interrupted regular programming. Twitter detonated. Crockett tried to fight back, press conferences, tweet storms, quotes from Angela Davis, but the audience was already gone. Her biggest donors ghosted her. The FEC pinged her campaign with a quiet update. 2026 candidacy status. Withdrawn. No spin, no headline, just a single notification. Final. That night, in the back of a black SUV, Crockett stared at the screen. No calls, no DMs, no defense. She had weaponized her voice so much, no one wanted to be near the explosion. And as the city lights blurred past her window, one cold truth remained. In politics, it's not the fire you start that ends you. It's the one you pretend you didn't.